I am gonna see if I can put some conduit in. I just have my box taped up for the moment. I put the hole in and I have it taped up for the moment because then so I can get this out of the way when I drill my hole, because I'm gonna put conduit from here through here and then just so that it's in the ceiling area of the basement. But of course, let's see if I can, I'm gonna run it right in between those nails and see if I can get lucky and see if they are straight. Wish me luck. So I didn't go all the way through yet because I wanted to make sure. I got a little bit too much on this side, but it looks like I'm very lucky so far. I'm through and I did not hit that nail at all. So let's see what it looks like in the basement. All right, and there's my hole. I knew that where it was located in the wall or in the basement or whatever, that I wasn't gonna run into any joists, because earlier I looked to make sure where this was, because just a foot to the side, obviously, there's a box facing the living room. This way is the bathroom where I was. So, and that was going down through a hole. So I knew that this would be perfect. The hole that I plan to run somewhere in this vicinity, though, I'm a little bit nervous about, because I know that it's going to be a couple inches to the right of this, and I might not get so lucky. We'll have to see. That one's going to be a much smaller hole at least, so. But I suppose since right around here's where this is going to go, I could put it a little bit farther back. I wasn't thinking that through quite yet. I was mainly thinking of that over there, because this is not going to be conduit. There's just only going to be one wire going up to here. I have my conduit here. It's way longer than I'm actually going to have it, but I'm just going to do a dry fit real here. I don't know if I can. I forgot to grab my my tripod. I forgot to grab my tripod from the house. Oof. Needs to be a little bit thicker. I don't know if you can see that, but it is not going in. So go up the next size. Actually, I don't know if I was pretty lucky that my dad had that 1-inch paddle bit. I might just kind of wiggle it around. Let's see if that does anything. That isn't exactly working. And now I am kind of getting stopped by that nail a little bit. So I'll go back home. I'll see if my dad seems to think I'll just look in that same spot where that 1-inch paddle bit was. It wasn't in its home, but I'll see if he has a bigger one. And if nothing else, then I'll grab my hole saw kit and I'll just have to do it multiple times from top and bottom. But we'll see. So I got it. It's big enough and I already tested it. I was thinking about maybe not even posting all of these little video clips that I've been recording, but I will do it for a bit of a lesson. First lesson, dry fit. I mean, before you even drill the hole, like take your bit or a hole saw or something and make sure that the outside diameter of that pipe is actually, because I mean, obviously the inside diameter of the pipe is 3/4, and the hole that I was drilling was 1 inch, and I guess that wasn't enough. So do a little bit more planning there. But if in the case that you don't do that planning, my dad had a step bit set, which I happen to know because I was in all of his toolbox drawers looking for everything. And so it goes up to 1 3/8. And so what I did was, and this can't get very far, obviously, and because you can only put it on a regular chuck, it's not hex or anything, so you can't put an extender on it. But I got the hole started with this because you can't use a hole saw bit on that hole because you won't be able to get it started. But I made it a little bit wider with this, and then I took the 1 3/8 bit from my dad's hole saw kit because it's deeper than mine. So I used the 1 3/8 bit, and do you like how it's missing a bunch of teeth? I did not notice that, and I'm like, why is it smoking so much? Oh, That'd be why. But I got through. So, because once I widened out the hole with this, and I just barely got this bottom part of it through the wood, and then, because then that'll hold this in place, because this is a 1 3/8 bit. So, we're perfect. Now I'm going to go and drill a hole on the other side. So yeah. All right. And I took another look in the basement. Everything is good here, so I'm not going to run into anything because the box is going to go right here, so I can put the hole anywhere. And yeah, because if I put it closer over here, I might run into that 2x4. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to use a 1 5/8 bit, even though I'm only running 1 wire through there, just so there's a little bit of space, you know, just in case I end up changing my mind later. But yeah, let's just put it like there. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have, that is my Ethernet wiring that, I think I heard that only electricians are technically allowed to do, because this is low voltage. I heard that only licensed electricians are allowed to do low voltage wiring, including Ethernet now. But I am the homeowner, so I would be allowed to do my regular wiring, but this I have experience with because I am an IT person and I've done a ton of Ethernet network wiring. So I am going to just leave that little bit. I put way more in there than I am going to need, but I just put that in there for now because then I'll put, after the drywall and everything is finished, then I'll put that, I'll put the cover or put the Ethernet end on there. I'm only going to do 1 port in this because it's a bedroom. So, but yeah, as I said, I made that hole just a little bit bigger just in case. And that's for the same reason I put that string in there and I taped it in here and I taped it just temporarily in the ceiling downstairs. I'll do a little bit better job in the basement, but that way, because there is going to be insulation and stuff in these walls for sound dampening. So if I do ever change my mind and want something else in here, then that's already there. In the basement, then yeah, you can see that goes to the hole now. There's that string, and I have a lot down here, but I'll kind of like coil it up or something and then tape it up to the rafter. Because there should be enough, or more than enough, so that if that ever has to be used, then there's more than enough to pull it up and down. And then I'm just going to leave the box here because I'm planning on, oh, I didn't show you, I didn't take a video of that. I built my small, yes, it's very small. Real IT people would laugh at me, but I built my small network rack that I cut this yesterday and I mounted that. My mom was here. She helped me just hold it up while I screwed it in. And yeah, so I built this at home at my parents' house and brought it down here. Of course, I didn't put these in here yet. I put these in here now and I just mounted it. I put this part back so that I could mount it using some washers. And then, yeah, so my router is going to go on the top because it has antennas. Then I'm just going to, I know this is for like different stuff, this shelf, but I'm going to use it as a shelf anyways. I'm going to have my modem there, switch, and then all of the wires from throughout the house. I'm not doing that yet. That's why I'm just going to leave that box over there. But eventually then I'll wire all of all of those network ports I'm adding all the way back to here. The wires will come in here and they'll plug in the back of this thing. This is a different style patch panels that we just get to use for people who know the terms. We're going to use the RJ45 ends, and it just plugs into the back of it rather than punching them down. And then cables will come from short cables, will plug into here and go to the switch, and then the switch will have a cable going to the router on top. I already have my own router. It's a TP-Link Archer something or other, so yeah. But that's what that looks like. So yeah, I'm going to leave that box there because then the only other networking I'm doing anytime soon is this for the living room, but this is going to be a conduit. And as I said, so I'm only going to put it just down far enough here so it's hidden in the ceiling for whenever I redo this. This will probably have, this whole area will probably have drop ceiling. The bed or the bathroom, we're kind of thinking we're going to put real drywall in. But yeah, that because of the fact that I'm doing conduit there, I can easily put those in later on. That's the only one that I want to put in right now. But yeah, so there's one there. There will be 2 ran up into the living room here. There will be 2 into the office somewhere over here. And, oh, I was thinking eventually this might be a little bit more work, but I might run one somewhere here-ish to put a PoE wire. I have some PoE injectors I acquired. And for terms that nobody knows what they are unless you are in the business. But I'm going to put one PoE into the middle wall in my living room so that I can put a display there. I am thinking about no time soon, but long term, eventually I might put a PoE tablet there for a home assistant, which I'm planning on one of those, like I'm just going to put that bottom shelf that it's not really a shelf, but it's just the bottom plate or whatever. I'm going to build a NUC or some sort of mini PC to put somewhere in here, and they can run Home Assistant and a couple other things possibly, but no time soon, just running over my plans. So let's see, I'm going to go back upstairs and mount. I did grab those screws. I'm going to mount the box for the living room for the conduit so that is ready. My mom's going to stop by at some point and I'll have her help me hold the conduit so that, the hole is definitely big enough that it's going to slide right back down to the basement because, gravity and stuff. But I'm going to mount the box now, so. So my mom helped me with that. This in here, this is the conduit where my network wires will go in and out of. So this is where the TV is going to be. And so yeah, we're going to have, of course you can easily tell, especially at this angle, that they're not totally at the same height. I put this one at the exact same height as the outlets in the other room. And this outlet is going to be replaced at some point anyways. And yeah, as I said, this is only for the low voltage stuff on this side. But yeah, so I got that. I was holding it from this side. My mom was holding it from this side, and I ended up asking her to twist it a little bit more so that it would get nice and tight. That I did that tried to do that second screw because after I started the first one and I realized, oh, these screws are way too long, it kind of shredded the outside of the plastic a tiny bit. But then of course this one refused to go in, so it's like, well, you know what, I don't care. But the bottom one went in pretty nicely after I, got another one. I mean, it's sticking out a little bit, but I don't know, it's fine, and it's not going anywhere. So yeah. This is what it looks like in the basement for now, but at some point I'll come back and cut it. I mean, I guess I could have right away, but I didn't. So it's like I can come back with my multi-tool and cut that. I'm thinking about maybe just picking up some of my stuff and calling it quits for the day. But now that I have pretty much everything in the walls is done now that I got this conduit and that other network box and everything done, so I can start cutting that rock wool insulation and putting that in those interior walls. And yeah, I guess I have a couple more network. I mean, I can put my set my stuff down here for the net for when the mid coat guy comes. So that I have all my stuff ready. But that's pretty much it for today. So yeah.